It's essential to note that individuals are complex, and not everyone displays the same behaviors or signs before they cheat. Additionally, the presence of one or more of these signs doesn't necessarily indicate infidelity. However, certain patterns of behavior can raise suspicion or concern in a relationship. Here are some potential signs that a man, or anyone, for that matter, might display before cheating. Emotional distance. Suddenly becoming emotionally distant or less interested in the relationship, conversations, and shared activities. Increased privacy, being secretive about phone calls, texts, or social media interactions. Changing passwords or becoming defensive when asked about these things can also be a sign. Changes in intimacy, a sudden decrease or even increase in intimacy. They may be less interested in physical intimacy or become distant during intimate moments. Overprotectiveness with personal devices, not allowing you to see their phone or deleting messages and call logs frequently. Changes in appearance, suddenly taking more care in personal appearance, buying new clothes, or working out more without a clear reason. Unexplained absences, spending more time away from home or making excuses to be out, often without a clear reason or with stories that don't add up. Defensiveness, becoming defensive or irritable when asked about their whereabouts or activities. New friends, talking about new friends, especially of the opposite sex, whom you've never met or heard about before. Less communication, less open communication about feelings, concerns, or future plans. Guilt-driven behavior, unusual gifts, extra affection, or being overly apologetic for no apparent reason might be driven by feelings of guilt. Avoidance of future plans, reluctance to make long-term plans or commitments. Changes in daily routine, suddenly changing work routines, coming home late, or leaving early without a clear reason. Decreased engagement in family activities, showing less interest in family events, gatherings, or activities. Deflecting or avoiding direct questions, not answering questions about their day or activities directly. Changes in social media behavior, suddenly becoming very private, adding new unknown friends, or engaging in private chats. Again, it's crucial to approach this topic with care and not jump to conclusions based solely on these signs. Many of these behaviors can also be explained by stress, work pressure, personal struggles, or other unrelated factors. If you're concerned about your relationship, it's best to communicate openly and honestly with your partner about your feelings and concerns. If necessary, couples counseling can be beneficial in navigating these challenges. Certainly, here are a few more signs that some people have noticed in partners who later turned out to be cheating. However, always remember that these are potential signs and are not definitive proof of infidelity. Nostalgia for single life. Talking fondly about the single life or expressing regret or longing for the freedom of being single. Decreased transparency. Hiding financial statements or bills, particularly those that might reveal dinners out, hotel stays, or gift purchases. Mentions of a specific person. Frequently talking about a new colleague, friend, or acquaintance, often with a noticeable sense of excitement or admiration. Avoiding your friends or family. Not wanting to attend events or gatherings with your mutual friends or family, perhaps out of guilt or fear of someone noticing their changed behavior. Comparing you to others. Making unusual comparisons between you and other people, or suggesting you should change certain behaviors or appearances based on another person's attributes. New hobbies or interests. Suddenly taking up new hobbies, especially if they don't include you or if they are things he's shown no interest in before. Phone calls at odd hours. Taking phone calls at strange hours or stepping out of the room to talk. Less emotional investment. Not being as invested in your happiness, well-being, or the events of your life. Neglecting relationship responsibilities. Forgetting significant dates, like anniversaries, or neglecting shared responsibilities such as household chores. Shift in values or principles. A sudden change in beliefs or values that align more closely with someone outside the relationship. Being overly critical. Finding fault in many of the things you do or the way you behave, which might be a way of justifying their actions to themselves. Shift in communication patterns. If you used to talk multiple times a day and it suddenly reduces, or the nature of the conversations changes significantly. Reluctance to discuss the future. Avoiding conversations about the future, whether it's about upcoming vacations, family events, or long-term plans. If you're seeing multiple signs and feel uneasy about your relationship, it's important not to jump to conclusions without concrete evidence. Accusations can damage trust even further. The best approach is usually direct communication, understanding, and seeking professional advice if needed. Overemphasis on independence. Suddenly demanding more personal space and time alone, emphasizing their need for independence more than before. Lack of eye contact. Avoiding eye contact, especially during serious conversations. This can sometimes indicate guilt or discomfort. Changes in technology habits, for instance, using incognito mode frequently, having new apps, like secret messaging apps, or getting a second phone. Overly detailed excuses. Offering unnecessarily detailed explanations for simple situations, which might indicate overcompensation for hiding something. Tiring easily of relationship discussions, showing impatience or annoyance when relationship issues or concerns are brought up. Differences in affection levels. Beyond physical intimacy, changes in the level of affectionate gestures like holding hands, cuddling, or simple touches can be indicative of emotional distance. Frequent frustration or irritability. Displaying uncharacteristic irritability or short-temperedness, especially if relationship topics are broached. Reduced shared experience. Opting out of shared experiences, such as watching a favorite TV show alone instead of together. Evasive behavior. Dodging specific topics, especially those related to feelings, future plans, or relationship concerns. Changes in social circles. Spending more time with a new group of friends or colleagues and excluding you from that circle. Deflecting with accusations. Sometimes, as a defense mechanism, they might accuse you of being jealous or paranoid without reason. Avoiding spontaneity. Becoming uneasy with spontaneous plans or visits, perhaps because they have something or someone to hide. Shift in personal values. Changes in long-held beliefs or values might indicate they're being influenced by someone outside the relationship. Stress signs. Displaying physical signs of stress, like sleeplessness, weight loss, gain, or anxious behaviors, when there hasn't been any significant event to cause such stress. Neglecting personal stories. Not sharing personal stories or experiences from their day, possibly to avoid slipping up or revealing something. Establishing sudden boundaries. Creating new boundaries out of the blue, such as not wanting to share details about certain friends or places they've been. If you recognize several of these signs, consider seeking a relationship counselor's advice before making decisions or confronting your partner. A counselor can provide guidance on addressing these issues in a constructive and healthy way. Inconsistent stories. Recounting events or timelines that don't quite match up when told at different times. Less planning for the two of you. Not showing interest in planning trips, date nights, or other couple-oriented activities. Recommending breaks. Suggesting taking a break from the relationship, especially without a clear or pressing reason. Being impressionable. Showing that they're easily influenced by others, especially new friends, in terms of tastes, styles, or behaviors. Forgetting significant details. Forgetting key details about your life, schedule, or shared experiences. Avoiding shared spaces. Spending less time in shared spaces at home, like the bedroom or living room, and more time in private spaces like the office or garage. Sudden increase in overtime. Claiming sudden and consistent increases in work hours or unexpected work trips. Being indifferent. Showing indifference or a lack of reaction to events that would normally elicit emotions or reactions, which can indicate emotional detachment. Changes in digital behavior. For instance, turning off, last seen, or online statuses on messaging platforms. Avoiding photos. Not wanting to take photos together, or avoiding being tagged in shared photos on social media. Being jumpy. Reacting strongly to unexpected touches or when you walk into the room, possibly indicating anxiety or guilt. Overemphasis on trust. Frequently stressing how important trust is in an attempt to deflect suspicion or to make you second-guess your concerns. Hesitant to commit to events. Being unsure about committing to future events or making plans. Reduced vulnerability. Not opening up about feelings, concerns, or vulnerabilities as they did before. Making you feel overly jealous. Flirting openly with others in front of you or frequently pointing out attractions to others. Avoiding direct answers. Answering questions with questions or being evasive. Sudden interest in your schedule. Wanting to know your exact whereabouts and plans, possibly to ensure their paths don't cross when they're up to something secretive. Reduction in future talks. Avoiding discussions about long-term plans, such as buying a house, starting a family, or career plans. If you observe a combination of these signs and feel uneasy, it's vital to approach the situation delicately. Jumping to conclusions can exacerbate matters. Consider discussing your feelings and observations with a trusted friend or professional to gain perspective before making any decisions or confronting your partner. The depth, warmth, and frequency of communication may diminish. Decreased physical intimacy. In romantic relationships, this can include a lack of hugging, kissing, cuddling, or sex. Avoidance of serious topics. Evading discussions about feelings, future plans, or concerns. Less time spent together. Choosing to spend more time apart, often with weak or unclear reasons. Diminished interest, showing little interest in the other person's day, feelings, or concerns. Personal trauma, past traumas or events that one hasn't dealt with or shared. Fear of vulnerability, past hurts or betrayals can lead to fear of being vulnerable again. Open communication, talk about your feelings and concerns with the other person. Honest communication is key. Seek counseling. A relationship or individual counselor can provide tools and strategies to bridge the gap. Spend quality time together. Reconnect by setting aside regular, meaningful time for each other. Practice empathy. Try to understand and validate the other person's feelings and perspective. Work on individual issues. Sometimes, personal challenges or mental health issues need to be addressed independently. Rebuild trust. If trust has been broken, consider ways to rebuild it over time. Recognizing emotional distance is the first step. Working proactively to bridge the gap and reconnect emotionally is crucial for the health and longevity of the relationship.
Thank you for joining us in this captivating journey into the realm of the mind and its extraordinary capabilities. We hope you've enjoyed this exploration. If you're as fascinated by the magic of the mind as we are, and want to continue uncovering its mysteries, be sure to subscribe our channel here. Our next video promises to take you even deeper into the enchanting world of the mind. Be sure to click here. I'm Eileen, signing off. See you in the next video.